For my first video of Madden 26, I thought we would start out the rebuilds as hard as possible. Pause. And we are gonna be doing, at least in my opinion, the hardest rebuild in Madden, the Cleveland Browns, at a 78 overall with this quarterback group. And by the end of today's video, we are gonna see if we can turn this into the highest overall team in the league, and possibly even win the Browns their first Super Bowl by the end of this. This is gonna be a challenge. Now, I'll explain why I think this is the hardest rebuild in Madden. I'm sure you could figure it out yourself, but I'll explain that in a second. But super quick, I'm gonna keep this intro super short. Just wanna say a couple things. Be sure to leave a like on the video, and I always do Browns rebuilds and Saints rebuilds within a short amount of time of each other, because those, in my opinion, are the two hardest teams to currently rebuild. So if this video can get to 5,000 likes, we'll aim high. It'll let me know y'all wanna see a Saints rebuild. I could even do a 10-year rebuild. Let me know if you would wanna see that. But we'll try to decide which one is the hardest. And also, if you like Madden rebuilds, be sure to subscribe. I have a ton of fun stuff planned for the start of Madden 26. Trying to hit 100K soon, so if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. And let me know any goofy rebuild ideas y'all have down in the comments. I'll give you a shout out if I use your suggestion. Y'all know the deal. And finally, be sure to turn on notifications for the channel if you haven't already. If you want to be one of the first people to catch these and make sure you don't miss them, because again, a lot of fun stuff coming soon. But all right, that's enough of that. And without further ado, let's get into this rebuild. And do I really need to explain why I think the Browns rebuild is at least one of the two hardest in Madden? Am I blind? How do you go to your roster? I see it just line up in depth chart. What if I want to look at all the players we have? Is that not a thing you can do anymore? Do you just have to do it from the lineup? Okay. Well, I was gonna show reason 1 out of possibly 3 is the Deshaun Watson deal. We're gonna have to get out of this as quick as we can. We can't do it right now. That would be a $70.2 million penalty. So cap space is an issue for this bad team. Reason 2 is the age of this team. If you're gonna be bad, you at least better be a young team. And they do have a couple young players, but the thing that scares me the most is how old this offensive line is. I have a feeling that this is gonna be an issue. And then reason 3 is kind of connected to both, but with the picks that the Browns traded for Deshaun Watson, they obviously didn't get young players with those picks. Would have been nice to have a couple, extra first round picks. That could have at least been developmental players, but they kind of threw those away. And you can definitely tell by this roster that they had a couple years where they didn't have first round picks. So this is going to be a tough one. Oh, and just for fun, I doubt that he's going to be our starting quarterback for this rebuild, but I did see that the Browns are going to be starting Shedeur Sanders for the preseason, so that's enough of a reason for me to start him here. I mean, obviously we got to do that. So enough yapping. Let's get into this. Let's get to the midseason point, and hopefully we have a win. We'll see. Okay, am I actually losing my mind? How do you sign free agents? I should really watch a video on this. I like to go into new games blind, but I should really look this up. Where is sign free agents? Oh, it's probably GM's office. There we go. Okay. NFL rosters. Good. That's going to take getting used to. I am going to press this every single time I try to check the roster or sign free agents. I'm going to go to manage team, and it's going to really frustrate me. I already know. Ed Oliver got released. Why is Jonathan Hankins an 81? This has been a weird start. Oh, yeah, and one more thing I should mention is, the main reason I'm so excited about this game is we finally have more positions. Thank the Lord edge is an actual position, so teams aren't playing defensive tackles at 4-3 end and pass rushers at off-ball linebacker. I'm so happy about that. This should have been in the game 10 years ago, but whatever. Better late than never. Gadget will have... I put Harold Finn in there because I guess that's kind of what he is. He's an interesting tight end. Kind of weird that the rush defensive tackles and the nose tackles are the same overall. That doesn't really make any sense, but sure. We finally have non-prehistoric position terminology. You love to see it. But okay, finally at the midseason, we actually do have a win. I guess it was a pretty good call. I kind of half thought that we were going to massively overperform. I'm glad we didn't. I don't want to be good yet, or that would give us no reason to rebuild this team. The Chargers are only 1-6. That's tough. But all right, I'm curious to check the re-signings. Ooh, okay. David Njoku, Greg Newsome, Martin Emerson, Tevin Jenkins, Wyatt Teller, Jerome Baker. Oh, just the whole team. Deontay Johnson, Ronnie Hickman, Joe Tryon. Good lord. All right, I don't know if we're gonna bring all of them back, but we should probably bring some of them back so we actually have a roster still. Unfortunately, nobody's interested. Tevin Jenkins is, but like that's about it. David Njoku, I'll go very player friendly. 5 years, 83. That's not that expensive. I mean, that's a long deal, but he doesn't take it. Greg Newsome hasn't been as good these last couple years, but still better than what we got. We'll go 6 years, 78 mil. Also doesn't re-sign. I mean, I can't blame him necessarily, but these are very player-friendly deals. Martin Emerson, unfortunately hurt for the year, but is super cheap. I was hoping they would make contracts more expensive in Madden. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it. He doesn't re-sign, though. Good lord. All right, Tevin Jenkins, 2 years, 22. I don't even know if he's going to start for the Browns, but I mean, he's a good player. He just gets hurt. I want to say yes, but I can't fully commit right now. I mean, that's valid. We're 1-6. Wyatt Teller, we'll see, but he's 30. Jerome Baker's gonna be 30 in a couple years. Deontay Johnson's gonna be 30. Ronnie Hickman I want, though. He's only 23. He resigns. Okay. And then after that, Devin Bush maybe, but we're going to have a lot of roster turnover in this first year already, because I don't know how many of these guys we can keep. Hopefully most of them. I want to keep this realistic, and I don't know if they would lose that many players, but we'll see. But all right, I guess we have trade offers for Rayshawn Jenkins. Is it still, okay, it's still player for player trades. I wish they would change this. We're getting offered Jordan Davis in a 5th round pick for Rayshawn Jenkins. What? I mean, obviously I'm not going to take that, but why? The rest of these are whatever, but call me crazy. I don't think the Eagles would give up Jordan Davis for a player that sat in free agency for a while that's 31 years old. Not that Jordan Davis has been amazing or anything, but still pretty good and was a 1st round pick. But all right, let's get to the end of the year. God, I was going to set edge as our focus position, but with how many contracts we had, all 3 of our guards are due for a deal and don't want to come back. I guess we should set interior O-line as our focus position. But all right, let's get to the end of the year and we'll see what happens. Hoping for a top 3 pick if possible. Ooh, that just might be what we have. We only went 4-13. I might be the most happy 4-13 goer of all time. Where do we pick? Number 2? Oh yeah, and we have the Jags 1st round pick. We have 2 top 10 picks. Okay, well, I guess that makes up for the Deshaun Watson trade. I mean, kinda. All right, let's check out our stats. I'm a little bit nervous to check. I see we got beat 34-14 by the Bengals. But Shedeur Sanders, honestly, did way better than I expected. Oh, got sacked 59 times. That might be the most sacks I have ever seen in Madden, legitimately. And this isn't that bad of an O-line. Like, it used to be one of the best. That might be the most sacks for a center I've ever seen. 17 for Ethan Pocic, or Pocic, whatever. Former Seahawk, I should know, but whatever. But yeah, used to be one of the best. I feel like Deshaun Watson made it look worse. I feel like it's not this bad of an offensive line, but who knows? But yeah, we might have to stick with Shedeur Sanders. It's hard to commit to him because he was a 5th round pick, but I don't know, man. He wasn't horrible. But Quinshawn Judkins, 770 yards, honestly better than I expected for a rookie in Madden. Was pretty bad. I can almost guarantee we'll do better in real life, but it is what it is. Deontay Johnson was our number 1 receiver. Why? Okay, I need to figure out how playbooks work in Madden 26 because we can't have that. But yeah, the blocking wasn't great. Carson Schwessinger, 132 tackles, 122 for Greg Newsome. That's not what you want to see. And sacks, only 9.5 for Myles Garrett, 6.5 for Mike Hall, only 4 for Mason Graham, 3 for Joe Tryon. But picks, 5 for Ward, 4 for Newsome, 2 for Emerson, then 1 for a few players. Good amount of picks at least. MVP goes to division rival Joe Burrow, of course. Jackson Dart as a rookie up there. He played? He was their day 1 starter? Isn't he like the Giants' 3rd string QB right now? He's up to an 83? Okay, I'm definitely excited to make my own custom rosters, I'll say that. But Joe Burrow takes Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Max Crosby. Kaiser White up there. But Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Ashton Genty. That's what Caleb Johnson looks like. He looks like a defensive tackle. I mean, that's kind of mean, but I don't know. But Judkins at 3, Sanders at 4. At least it didn't go to a division rival. It could have. But Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Carson Schwessinger. Weird top 2. Both UCLA players, right? both really raw UCLA players. Top 2 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. All right. Mason Graham at number 8, though, but that's huge. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we needed that, or at least some award. But all right, this is going to be a busy offseason. Let's get straight to it. I feel like we're going to see a weird Super Bowl. Let's see. Well, it was still a blowout. Did they at least fix which side the Super Bowl's on, or does it show the Ravens one here and then it'll actually be the Eagles? Oh, they actually fixed it. Good. But all right, for re-signings, I'm a little bit scared. I'm not going to lie. We can at least tag one of these players, but I want a good amount of these players back. No, we need a lot of these players back. I'll go very player-friendly again for David Njoku. It should be more money now. This is not cheap and not a short deal. He's going to be around till he's 35, but we got to do what we got to do. 5 years, 97.5 mil. He does take it. I was hoping they would make contracts shorter for Madden 26 too, but they're just such long deals. But Greg Newsome will go 5 years, 85. He takes it. Okay, good. Emerson will go 4 years, 30. Good. Okay, we're actually surviving here. Tevin Jenkins, how did he do? Was he one of the horrible linemen? I still can't believe how many sacks we allowed. That's wild. I mean, he wasn't great. 9 sacks from right guard. Hold on. Weird question here. Are sacks just higher in Madden 26? Let me check, like, the whole league. Oh, it looks like they might be. Justin Herbert got sacked 60 times. Okay, that's tough. Makes me feel a little better about our line, though, at least. So I guess we'll go player-friendly for Tevin Jenkins. He doesn't take it, but honestly, that might be for the best. We'll let Wyatt Teller go. Deontay Johnson was our number 1 receiver, but he's 30. Jerome Baker, I'd go like 2 years. He resigns, okay, whatever. And then Ethan Posick, yeah, I'm probably good. Looks like Joel Bitonio did actually retire. Man, this is going to be an even worse offensive line. At least on paper, but who knows? It'll probably play better. But all right, let's get into our first free agency period, and we're going to need to do some work. We might not go too crazy year 1 in free agency because we only have 30 mil, and I just don't think it would be worth it to sign players yet, but ooh, George Pickens got let go by the Cowboys? I mean, that's a Cowboys move. Trade for a player and then immediately let him go. Oh, I was going to say, wait, you can't see players' dev traits when you look through them in free agency anymore? They're just so tiny, though. Right next to the archetype symbol or whatever, or scheme fit symbol. Ooh, Kayshawn Booty's here. Traylon Burks is a higher overall than Jalen Coker. That's something. But all right, let me look through here and we'll see who we want to sign. But all right, we are only going to go for 2 players in free agency because, again, we don't have much cap. We're down to 8 mil if we get these 2 players. But Christian Watson would be a good wide receiver too. And then Arnold Ebiketie. We might not get him. He would probably go to the Bucks if he's smart, but we got to try. He's the best pass rusher available other than like 35-year-old Zadarius Smith. I guess he's only 33, but close enough. So we'll see if we can get Ebiketie. Our pass rush was horrible, even with Myles Garrett. I mean, I guess Myles Garrett made it not horrible, but it was not as good as it should have been. The Raiders had 62 sacks, but yeah, we were down there, bottom 10-ish with Myles Garrett. So we'll see if we can get these 2. Hopefully we at least get Watson. Let's see. Both sign. We do get Christian Watson, no Arnold Ebiketie. It looks like George Pickens and Tyler Algier go to the 49ers. I don't know why that caught my eye, but whatever. Well, it looks like we're going to be drafting a pass rusher. I mean, there is Sam Williams. I just doubt he does well in Madden. Just speaking from experience. Okay, well, he didn't play this year, so it's hard to say. You know what? We might as well. Let's go player-friendly, like 2 years, 19. We need somebody there. We can't roll out there with what we have. Okay, he does sign. We at least get these 2. We'll take that. But all right, let's get into our first draft of Madden 26, and we need a good one. But all right, here we go into our first draft. Of course, we pick at number 2 and number 7. Apparently that changed. I hate when it does that. The Chargers have the number 1 pick, though? That's something. But, oh, okay, well, it's really hard to see the players. We can kind of see them, though. Is this just a visual glitch, or is every draft going to be like this? Because I can't see them. Okay, I focus scouted Glenn Weiner, awful name, Jesus Reveron, or whatever that last name is, and then Kirk Pritchard, or Pritchard. You can't really see, but these are both, or no, Pritchard's a QB. Wait, who did I Oh yeah, it was Pritchard. He's a QB. Reverend's a left tackle. Glenn Weiner's a QB. Unfortunately, none of them are top 5 talents, though. I don't see any top 5 talents scouted. Now, we might just have to go with one of these 2 QBs, but I'm not going to feel great about that as my first pick of this rebuild. Ooh, there is a top 5 talent guard, Chad Martin. Well, he's going to be our 2nd round pick because we need... There are 2 top 5 talent linemen. Ben Maynard. Okay, this could be a really good draft. That makes me feel better about taking a QB number 2, even if he's not great. So let's just sim the pick. Hayes goes to the Chargers at number 1. That's fine. If you know how to fix this weird transparency glitch, let me know, but maybe I'll figure it out by the end of this. But Glenn Weiner, elite throw power powerful with the wiener out of Louisville. Only 21 years old. Let's take him. Probably an okay pick. Rank 10, we'll take that. Normal dev, though? Oh, no. Okay, not a great first pick of Madden 26, but at least he's a decent player. But with our second first round pick, I really don't know what to do with this one. I think we might trade it down to like the late first even, because obviously we're looking at O-line, but Martin, a top 5 talent, isn't supposed to go till 71, and Maynard isn't supposed to go till 52, so late first we should be good. Let's trade down with, let me see, who in the late first needs a QB, because there is still a decent QB. Probably the Steelers, maybe the Raiders. Is everything just transparent? What are we doing? What am I looking at? It's hard to see anything. Okay, well, they only have Will Howard, so I think we're trading down with the Steelers. No, that's interdivision. Who cares? That happens. All right, we'll pick up a 1 next year and a 2 this year to move down to 26 with the Steelers. Actually, I don't know why I was saying they're trading up for a QB, because this guy's probably going to be gone, but oh well, there are other first-round talent QBs. I just woke up like an hour ago, all right? Give me a break. But all right, let's get down to 26. They did go with the QB, but all right, let's go with Ben Maynard first, out of Penn State, left-handed just like me for real, ran a 4.86 and put up 44 bench reps. This is just the best athlete ever. He has almost all elite traits, just great agility. Good lord. Yeah, pretty good player. Is he number 1? He could be. Number 2, okay. Thankfully hidden dev, 99 strength, 75 speed, 81 jumping, 84 excel. Wow. How is he not the best player in the class? But all right, let me just make sure. We actually have our second round pick, right? Like our early second round pick. If I could see it. Yeah, pick 34. Okay, good. Let's get to that. And with this pick, obviously, we are going to go with Chad Martin. Also out of Louisville, our quarterback's blocker, one of them at least. Also 44 bench reps. 46 at his pro day. What are these linemen? Only B awareness. That's kind of rare for a top 5 talent guard. So he might be like 5, but who knows? Some of those A's could be really good. Number 3. Okay, we will take that. 98 strength, hidden dev. What a draft. And I don't even know what we're going to do with this pick. I guess we do need a center. We could go for one of these 3 first to second round talents. Let me see if I can fix this by closing out a franchise, because I'm sure it isn't easy to see those for y'all either. There we go. Okay, good. I'm glad I did that. Oh, this put us back though. Okay, Chad Martin, and now our later second round pick. We could go with one of these centers. Are there any good receivers though? Will Wright looks pretty decent. Gonna have normal dev if this game is anything like Madden 25, but I mean, he looks pretty good. Do need an edge rusher, but again, if this is anything like Madden 25, are you kidding me? There's still defensive tackles at edge, 313, 300. I knew there was gonna be something. They can't do anything right, can they? Hopefully they fix this. And are there still pass rushers at off-ball linebacker? No, thankfully I don't see any. But all right, let's go with the receiver. Ooh, honestly, Ryan Gold looks pretty good too. And he's only 20 years old. Okay, maybe change of plans here. Also probably gonna have normal, but a 20-year-old prospect in Madden, that's pretty nice. That's some easy development. Let's take him. Rank 29, we will take that at 58. Normal dev, of course, but him being only 20 makes up for that. But all right, last pick I'm gonna show. Cesar Rodriguez is still available at center. First to second round talent. Rank 48, got him at 66. I'm fine with that. What a draft. But okay, here's how we did in the draft. Was this a crazy strong draft class, or a draft class is just better in Madden 25 or Madden 26 than Madden 25? Because I just used strong draft classes and there were 10 80 plus overalls. We happened to get 3 of them. But yeah, Wiener's an 80 overall. I wish he had hidden dev, but that's fine. He's good. Ben Maynard 83 and Chad Martin's an 82. Again, I'm honestly surprised Maynard isn't a higher overall with how insanely athletic he is, but I guess his power somehow isn't great despite having 99 strength. Okay. But Ryan Gold, 77. Cesar Rodriguez, 76. Also took Eric Diaz at linebacker, 75. He'll play probably, because we did let a lot of linebackers go, and then the CPU pick. We still have the CPU pick in 2 of the same position, 2 corners. Probably the position we're best at, or one of them. All right. The one thing we didn't get from this draft, though, was a pass rusher, but I mean, we weren't going to fix this team in one offseason. It's fine. We can do that next year. But yeah, very, very good first draft. Let's get into year 2, and I'm already feeling decent about the team. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to sign him, but there's an 80 overall UDFA. Jake Whalen out of Ole Miss. No dev trait, but 80 overall UDFA. The free agent jersey looks like the Colts uniform, kinda. That's interesting, but yeah, I'm not gonna sign him, but damn. But, ooh, we can actually release Deshaun Watson, I think, finally. It would still be a 34.5 mil penalty, but it would save us 46 mil to do. I think we're gonna do it. Good riddance, goodbye. We need cap space to, like, fill out the depth chart of this team, so he's gone, thankfully. Okay, but there's actually a 75 overall defensive tackle with superstar available. Wild name, Joaquin Quintana. That's a nose tackle name, actually. That's fitting. Apparently, they're just great undrafted nose tackles every year, so we'll sign him. He might even be better than Waylon because he has superstar. Waylon only had star, or no, he only had normal. So yeah, I'm sensing a theme. Why are there no Sam linebackers? None undrafted. We didn't have any to start with. It's kind of weird. But all right, it actually looks like there's some new storylines this year. This one's called Rookie OTAs. I don't know what this is gonna be. Is that Wiener? Well, that's a lot of sunlight. Mikey McDingle needs some sunglasses. What's the short-term plan for me? Should we go focus on development? I'm gonna do that. That sounds like a possible dev trait. Maybe? I guess we didn't get anything yet, but that sounds pretty good. Rookie follow-up? I'm curious to see what this is gonna be. Happy to see you setting some good habits early. Ooh, it's done wonders, you say. I think I just skipped through whatever that was. I saw something pop up. I held A to skip and it skipped over both things. That's fun. Okay, y'all are talking too much now. Did he get star dev? That's what I want to see. He didn't. Okay, cool. What did he get? +2 throw power? Okay, I mean, that's not what I was hoping, but we'll take that, I guess. But all right, heading into year 2, we are already up to an 84 overall. We got pretty lucky with the players that were available in the draft, it seems like, so we'll take that. We definitely still have some issues on our team, though, like left tackle, DeJuan Jones is only a 71. I don't know how Quinshon Judkins is gonna do, but overall, we are much better. This defense should be pretty good, I would think. We also signed Jadeveon Clowney. I should probably start Sam Williams, but I'm lazy, so we'll see if I actually want to. Oh yeah, also Carson Schwessinger got superstar dev for defensive rookie of the year. Went up to an 83 overall, so love to see that. We're looking pretty good. I have no idea how we're gonna do this year, but I would hope better than last year. And I guess our big goal for this year is hoping Glenn Wiener can win offensive rookie of the year. I mean, he has a decent surrounding cast other than left tackle, but like good tight end, pretty good receivers. Could be worse for sure. And I do want to check one more thing. Where do we rank for overall? Are we still the lowest? No, it looks like we're higher than a few teams. The Jags are only an 81. That's rough. So we're like mid to maybe slightly below average, which we will absolutely take. But all right, let's get to the midseason point. And again, let's hope we're a little better than last year. If this defense still sucks, I'm going to change the defensive playbook because this should be a legitimately good defense. But okay, we are 4-3 at the midseason. We'll take that. I guess that's about fair. We maybe should be more like 3-4, but I mean, that's close enough. Looks like our offense isn't all that good, but our defense is good for points per game allowed, not necessarily yards. Okay. Ooh, and we actually have another rookie OTAs scenario. Is this going to be another boost for Wiener? Let's find out. I'm not reading all this. Should I go focus on development again? I guess. We'll see what that does in the future. I'm guessing the next one's going to be at the end of the year, hopefully. But all right, for re-signings, okay, Quintana is one of them. We'll see. We'll probably bring him back, though. Grant Delpit. For starters, though, there aren't too many. DeJuan Jones, we'll see how he does. But it looked like last year was a lot more rough than this year. Quintana, I definitely want. I would go 4 years, 47. That's a big deal for a UDFA, but sure. I'm disappointed that they still don't have actual undrafted player deals in Madden, but whatever. Grant Delpit will go 4 years, 36. He doesn't take it. That's fine. Can't re-sign everyone. Got to be careful with cap at some point. I want to see, how is DeJuan Jones done? Has he played bench worthy? Yes. Okay. 8 sacks through 7 games. I mean, could be worse after what we saw last year. Let's put in, I guess, Zach Zinner. Don't really have much of another choice. I'm not a big Zach Zinner fan, but we'll see how that goes. But all right, that's all there is for us to do here. So let's get to the end of the year and we'll see if we can already make the playoffs in year 2. Oh no, we end up going 9-8 and we barely miss out on the playoffs, it looks like. Damn it. Titans made the playoffs at 9-8. I guess we were the 11 seed, so we weren't that close. There were a lot of 9-8 teams. That might be the most 9-8 and 7-10 teams I have ever seen. That's crazy. But all right, let's see how this year went. Definitely better than last year, at least. Glenn Wiener, 3,777 yards, 32 touchdowns, 8 picks. Sacked 59 times again, though. Apparently, that's going to be a theme. But really good rookie year. Judkins was better this year, at least almost 1,000 yards, 4.3 per carry. Sounds good. Christian Watson, almost 1,000 yards. Ryan Gold was pretty good as a rookie, but Okay, it looks like starting Zach Zinner was maybe a mistake. 14 sacks allowed in 670 snaps. That's gotta be a record. Conklin was bad. Rodriguez was bad. I'm just starting to get the feeling that no linemen are gonna be good in Madden 26, no matter their overall. Maynard did really well, though. Only 2 sacks allowed, so maybe I take that back. But Schwessinger, 105 tackles, TFLs 13 for Garrett, and sacks 13 for Myles Garrett led the team. 8.5 for Mike Hall, 6.5 for Graham, 6.5 for JOK. All right. But picks 3 for Ward and Hickman, then 1 for 5 different players. But MVP goes to Joe Burrow again. All right, that's fun. Another interdivision MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to TJ Watt, another interdivision player. Garrett at 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to the Jets QB Wiener at 2. I thought for sure Wiener would win it. Gold at number 5. And no rookies up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Or no Browns, I should say. Damn it. I'm more disappointed about this year than I was the year we went 4-13. But all right, let's take a look at our dev traits. I at least saw that Maynard has Superstar, but also Martin and Rodriguez. Martin and Maynard were, maybe predictable, but 3 Superstar linemen. We need that desperately. Hopefully they actually start to play well. And then on defense, did we even have any hidden devs? I don't know that we did. We mostly drafted offense. So we need a left tackle, clearly. And should we change the defensive playbook? I mean, probably not. It was 9th for points per game. I don't think we should mess with the playbooks yet. I like to wait, but they are so important in Madden. It's like the main thing that matters. But we had a Ravens-Panthers Super Bowl. Okay. The Ravens win this one 35-33. Back-to-back Ravens Super Bowls when they're in our division. This has been really unlucky for our division. Or unlucky for us. Lucky for the rest of our division. Also, the Bengals went 9-8 with Joe Burrow winning MVP. Okay. I mean, that's about right, actually. If there's any team, it's definitely the Bengals. But all right, 4 re-signings. Grant Delpit, how has he been doing? I don't really remember. I never remember interception stats in Madden, just because they're so inconsistent. Okay, no picks last year, but 1 this year and 10 pass deflections. For Madden, that's really, really good. I would go 3 years, 35. I wouldn't go 5 years. He doesn't take it. How much is the tag? Is it like, if it's like 15 mil or less, I'll do it. 19? I don't know about that. I'm good. Dwan Jones will let go. Probably the rest of these guys will let go. I do want to keep Vince Pounds because elite name at punter or kicker. But all right, free agency number 2. We have 102 mil it looks like this year. So we should be able to do something if they're decent free agents. So left tackle, edge, and I guess safety are our 3 biggest needs. And there are some pretty good safeties. Okay, I'm sensing a repeat of Madden 25 here. Kyle Hamilton and Brian Branch both hit free agency. They have Grover Stewart at a 90 overall. I mean, he's good, but did they mess something up with nose tackle overalls? They might have, because they are really, really high. But all right, I mean, I would be down to steal from a division rival, but if not, Brian Branch wouldn't be bad either. I don't know if we can get the lead for Kyle Hamilton. How about Brian Branch? I would settle for him. Oh no, we have to settle for Brian Branch. Tragic. I'm gonna go very player friendly because 99% of the time when I try this strategy of everyone's distracted by Kyle Hamilton, so I'll go for Brian Branch. Most of the time, that sounds good on paper, but Brian Branch doesn't sign with us in the first period, and then he has like a million offers the next period when Kyle Hamilton signs, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, we're trying to get ahead of the curve before Branch has any offers, and then he just doesn't sign with us, which is maybe smart on his part, but whatever. We'll see if we can get him. And left tackle, ooh. Okay, it's not great. Now, we could sign Elton Jenkins and move him to left tackle. I mean, he can play any position. Literally, I think he's played every position other than maybe right tackle in the NFL. I think there's one he hasn't played. He's only allowed 5 total sacks the last 2 years. All right, for Madden, that is a blessing, apparently. We can get the lead for him. And then there is Keon White and Nick Herbig at edge, but we need something to draft. Keon White does do pretty well in Madden, though. I mean, we're going to be getting down there in cap space, but this would be a wild free agent class. So we'll see. Brian Branch, Elton Jenkins, Keon White. Imagine. Okay, well, this is what I was afraid of. Brian Branch doesn't sign yet. I don't know why I always try that strategy. It always goes the same way. Kyle Hamilton signed, so all the teams that were going for him were like, all right, we'll go for Brian Branch next. But we do get Elton Jenkins and Keon White. Probably a no for Brian Branch, unfortunately. That's fine. We can draft a safety. Let's offer Grant Delpit like player-friendly 2 years, 23. I don't know if he'll take that, but if he does, that's not too bad. Let's see. Oh, no, I don't think he's gonna. Well, hold on. This is pretty important. important. Let's sim to the next week. We'll see if we somehow get him. Still no, it looks like he's gonna go to the Giants. All right, let's just get to the draft. Thankfully, safety's like the easiest position to draft, so we'll see what we can do. But all right, in the draft, we don't have great picks this year. We pick at number 18 and 27, but I think that's fine. Now, we could trade up for Morgan Pete. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. He doesn't look bad. Looks like maybe not a great run defender, but very good pass rusher, first round talent. I would guess like rank 20 though, unless he's an insane athlete. He's a pretty good athlete. Maybe rank like 14 or something. I don't know, but I don't know that I want to trade up for him. Now, let me see. How good are these safeties? I focus scouted a couple safeties. Okay, that's actually the opposite of what I expected. Marcus Hale is a first round talent and Amari Foster is a top 5 talent. Projected to go at 36. We could get him with pick 27, maybe. So I don't think we should trade up. But if we don't, what do we do with pick 18? What if, do we have 2 second-round picks? Because we could get creative here to really try to be good now. I doubt we have 2 seconds, but maybe we do. We don't. Okay, what I would do is trade up both of these firsts. Maybe we don't have to give up that much for pick 7, though. Let me whip out the good old trade calculator thing here. Okay, no, it would be about our 2 firsts. No, hold on. What if I did 1, 2, and 3? That would not leave us with many picks this year, but okay, we're getting creative here. Let me just see if Pete is still available by 7 first. I wouldn't want to trade up any more than that. Okay, he is still here. Should we? This is risky, because what if the safety goes earlier than he's projected to go? We'll give up a 1, 2, a 3, and then a 4 next year. Or give up a 2, a 3, and a 4 next year to move up from 18 to 7. The Bears take it, of course. This is risky. This is probably going to be a little bit of a reach, but I'm fine with it. Morgan Pete out of BYU looks decent. I would guess like rank 15. Never mind, rank 8. Got him at 7. Okay. Does have hidden. Okay, that was a worthy trade up for sure. Now, please let either one of these safeties be available. You know what? The fact that there is also Hale makes me feel more confident that Foster will be available, or at least one of them will still be available by 27. Please. Foster went at 24. I mean, Hale's still available. That's not bad. He doesn't look that much worse. I mean, he's not as good of an athlete, I'm sure. I didn't check, but I'm just guessing. And he's not crazy in coverage, but still looks good. Rank number 9, got him at 27. Sounds good to me. I feel like we've been drafting pretty well so far. Kind of some weird drafting, but it's worked out. But all right, what else do we need? Is there anything else worth taking? Should we look for a... Oh, well, we might have found one. Juan Bigsby out of Washington State. Looks like a pretty good nose tackle. Is he going to be like an 80 overall? I doubt he would be an 80, but he might be good. Rank 32, got him at 114. We'll take that. Probably could have gotten him undrafted or someone similar undrafted, but whatever. But all right, here is how we did in the draft. Doesn't look like as good of a class as last year, but Pete and Hale are both 79 overalls. Good picks. Bigsby's a 76, and apparently I should have kept picking because the CPU picked a 65 overall running back. If you're going to pick a running back, it better at least be a decent one, and he's not. But overall, really good first 3 picks. I liked the trade-ups we made. No, Amari Foster was an 84. I thought they were going to be comparable. Oh, I guess he is a run support safety with actual pretty good coverage. Yeah, okay, I see it, but that's tough. Wait, there was a better... Oh, no, Mike. Whenever I see Mike, I think it says edge for some reason. I was like, how did I miss a better edge rusher when we had it as our focus position, our 3-star position? But it's going to take some getting used to. I can't read, apparently. But all right, we have a position battle thing here. I don't think I've seen one of these yet. Usually these show up every year, at least in Madden 25. It was Dylan Sampson versus Quinshawn Judkins. I just went with start preseason strong. Oh, yeah, we did see one of these last year, actually. Or the first year, but not last year. I guess start preseason strong. That's what I did last time. New goal, get 1 rushing touchdown and 3.5 yards per carry. Okay, we'll see. Well, we were looking for a lot more from you that game, Dylan. Well, that's tough. How many check-ins are there? There's a 3rd one. Been thinking about my development. Okay, we'll go open field moves, make him even better at that. Sure, at least we get a boost. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked how position battles worked in the last game more than this game. It was kind of cool. It would give just the winner of the battle a big temporary boost for overall. I guess it was just temporary, but like still, I don't know, maybe that's nitpicky. But anyway, here is a look at the team heading in to year 3. We're up to an 87 overall, 88 offense, 87 defense. You know, maybe the fact that I said this was the hardest rebuild in Madden isn't aging well, but I guess we've just drafted really well. This O-line is great. It should actually play well now, I would hope. I'm sure it won't after it has allowed 59 sacks the last 2 years, but we'll see. Still no star dev for Glenn Wiener. I really wish he got got one. I'm surprised he didn't. He was good last year. Did I say I really wish he didn't? I really wish he did. I don't know what I said. But here's how the defense is looking. Pretty great. I also kind of forgot that we signed Keon White, so now we have, I guess, good edge depth at least. I guess I probably would have taken Pete even if I remembered, because, like, we didn't really have any massive needs. What else would we have done with those picks? You know what I mean? So we're looking good. We should be good this year. Like, legitimately good. Let me see where we rank for overall, actually. Okay, the Ravens are an 88. The Lions are an 88. The Eagles are an 88. But it looks like we're already tied for 4th for overall. Yeah, we should be good this year. If we're not, again, I'm going to change the defensive playbooks. Got to figure out which playbooks are actually good this year. Are playbooks even a thing? They are still. Okay, I wish they weren't, to be honest. But all right, let's get to the midseason point once again. And again, we should be good this year. Okay, we are 3-3 at the midseason. I'm okay with that because we started 0-2. We got a turn it around storyline or something. Thankfully, we won the next game, but then we lost immediately again. But we've won the last 2 at least. What's the issue so far? The defense is horrible. Okay, let's change the defensive playbook. What? Should I try the Bills? Obviously, that was my go-to last year. If you aren't new here, if you are, be sure to subscribe. You know, honestly, I know it's tough to say because some of these teams have only played 6 games, some have played 7, but I feel like the Patriots have had a good defense for every year here. It looks like the Titans have too. I don't think I'm going to change it yet, though. I think we'll just check at the end of the year. So we'll see. But for re-signings, Denzel Ward, who has X Factor now. Mike Hall, probably won't bring him back because, well, he has played well, right? I was going to say we won't bring him back because we have good depth at D-tackle, but he's been pretty good. JOK, Jerry Jeudy, Nathaniel Watson, who has star dev for some reason. All right. Let's start with Denzel Ward, though. We'll go 2 years, 45 mil. That's pretty cheap. He takes it. Mike Hall, we'll go 2 years, 25. He takes it. Thankfully, players are interested now. JOK, 4 years, 43. That's very cheap. Okay. Jerry Jeudy, 3 years, 39. Doesn't take it, but that's fine. And then other than that, Jack Conklin, but he was awful last year. Oh yeah, how's the O-line doing so far? Okay, 16 sacks through 6 games. Chad Martin is awful. I don't want to have to bench Chad Martin, though. He's such a good overall, but guess what? Overall doesn't matter in Madden. I guess we don't really have much O-line depth, so I guess we kind of have to leave him in. That's tough. Oh, and Marcus Hale hasn't been great. 1 pick, but only 1 pass deflection. Same with Denzel Ward. 0-2 for Newsome. Yeah, our secondary hasn't been great. Only 3 sacks for Myles Garrett. All right, let me change the defensive playbook now. We'll also change it at the end of the year, though, and see which playbook is actually good. Let's go with, it looked like the Patriots had a good defense. We'll see how that does. But all right, let's get to the end of the year, and hopefully we can bounce back a little bit. Okay, finally, we make the playoffs. We end up going 10-7. Looks like our offense actually sucked, but our defense got a lot better, so maybe the Patriots defense is the move. I don't know. But Glenn Weiner, yeah, we're definitely going to change the offensive playbook. He wasn't, I mean, this would be a good year for real life, but for Madden, this is like mid. He was okay. Got sacked 49 times still. Judkins, only 3.9 per carry. He's been okay. Could look to upgrade, though. I feel like he'll be better in real life. Easily. But Ryan Gold was our number 1 receiver, 1,069 yards, 7 touchdowns. Jeudy was okay. But Elgton Jenkins, 19 sacks allowed from left tackle. That kind of seems like the norm this year, though, unfortunately. Although maybe not. He was kind of one of the worst. But I mean, there were a lot of really bad ones. Josh Simmons allowed 24 sacks. Olu Fashanu, 21. Okay, whatever. Wish this game could be realistic, but I guess not. But Schlesinger led the team in tackles with 103. TFL's 11 for Graham led the team in sacks. Finally, 18.5 for Myles Garrett. Still hoping for that like 35 that he can somehow get in Madden sometimes. That would be nice. But 8.5 for Graham, only 4 for Mike Hall, and Keon White and Morgan Pete combined for 4 sacks total. 2.5 for White, 1.5 for Pete. Why is our edge 2 spot still such an issue? But picks, 3 for Hale and Hickman, 2 for Ward, and then 1 for a few players. Let's see, MVP finally not Joe Burrow. It goes to Jalen Hurts. That's interesting. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Joe Burrow for the 3rd year in a row. I wish they would make it so it's not all QBs. TJ Watt beats out Myles Garrett for Defensive Player of the Year again. This has been unlucky. We're doing well. It's just the luck isn't there, unfortunately. But we do get Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, good. Marcus tail, takes it. Love to see it. But yeah, we're gonna change our offensive playbook. I feel like the best sign of like consistency isn't points per game allowed, it's probably yards. The Falcons defense was really good. The Bears, I don't know if I trust that. The Ravens, the Patriots was up there. Okay, the Patriots could be a good one for Madden 26. How about my usual, the Bills? One of the worst. Okay, cool. Probably won't be doing that. But yards on offense, the Eagles, the Bills, Bengals, seems kind of the same as last year. We'll keep the Patriots defensive playbook, but let's go with the Eagles. I never go with the Eagles playbook. I always go with the Bills. Let's switch it up. But all right, we are going to be taking on the Steelers in the wild card. They went 13-4, but we are an 89 overall. They're only an 87. We have done very well here. I want to see, where do we rank for overall now? The Eagles are tied with us at an 89, but are we tied as the highest overall team? I think we are. That's crazy, especially because they just signed Kyle Hamilton. So we deserve to be better, but at least we're in the playoffs. Let's hope this new offensive playbook can help us not be the 25th offense in the league. But let's see, can we beat our division rival and get the Browns their first playoff win in God knows how long? Let's see. We do beat them. We kind of crush them. 31-14. Is this our year? I mean, I don't mean to call it early, but new playbook. We actually put up points with it. Kind of unrealistic to like fire your OC, I guess, before the playoffs and actually do well game one on such short notice, but whatever, we'll take it. But we are going to be taking on the 13-4 Houston Texans. Apparently they've gotten their O-line figured out here. I keep going to depth chart, dog. I'm gonna lose my mind. CJ Stroud is looking good. His whole team is looking pretty good. Ooh, they definitely haven't fixed their O-line, but they still did well enough to go 13-4 somehow. So let's see, can we move on to the conference championship? From 4-13 to 9-8, no playoffs, to maybe conference championship? Oh, we lose 16-10. I guess that's fair. I mean, we were the better team on paper, but they had the better record. But that's fine. We still have 2 more years. We should actually have an offense that does well now, I would hope. But then again, we just put up 10 points, so who knows? But we had a Ravens-Eagles Super Bowl. Is that the second time we've seen that? Yeah, finally, the Ravens don't win a Super Bowl. They've been in all 3, but they thankfully don't win one. But all right, for re-signings, we already have the 5th-year option for Mason Graham. He's been decent. This was definitely his best year statistically, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, he was actually really good this year. I forgot. So definitely picking that up. Jerry Jeudy, he's gonna be 30, but should get a lot more use with our new offensive playbook. I'll go neutral. I don't want to go player friendly necessarily. 2 years, 35. He takes it. Okay, good. And then after that, I think it's just backups for the most part. Jack Conklin, he hasn't been great, but I'm kind of scared of how bad it could be if we don't have him. I was hoping for Madden 26 they would make blocking more realistic, not less realistic, but whatever. If there have been this many sacks allowed, do I want to check how many sacks defensive players have gotten? I'm kind of scared to look. Did we have like multiple players in the 30s? No, multiple players in the 20s though. They need to change this, dog. This shouldn't happen. Like, this is way too high. This game is something else. But all right, in free agency, there are a lot of running backs in. I mean, we kind of need one. Like, Quinshon Judkins hasn't really done all that well. He was fine 1 year, but I guess Dylan Sampson's the higher overall. We could give him a chance, but let me check something. Is Josh Jacobs still kind of broken in Madden? Is he really good still? Let's find out. Okay, not as good as last year, or Madden 25, I should say. He would get like 6 yards per carry sometimes. Still definitely good though. How does Jahmyr Gibbs do? Is he better than Madden 25? Hopefully. Okay, he definitely is good. We might have to think about signing him. I mean, he does have 14 offers, so I kind of doubt it, but we gotta check. Yeah, no. How about Jacobs? He has no offers. Hopefully this isn't a Brian Branch situation. I mean, he is 30 at running back, but that would probably be an upgrade. McCaffrey, oh, it looks like he does really well still, despite being 32. But all right, is there anything else we want to do in free agency? I guess right tackle, we could go for Roger Rosengarten. Is he horrible in Madden? Not horrible, but the Ravens are run heavy, so I don't know if that's a super safe bet. We should probably just draft one, but I think we're just going to save the rest of our money to go on a run for year 5, the final year, because we don't really have any urgent needs right now. I guess we'll sign a long snapper because I think we have like a 58 overall there. I don't know if this even matters, but sure. But all right, Josh Jacobs and Manu Lopez, a long snapper. They both sign. We get both of them. A little more excited about one than the other, but we'll take both. But all right, in the 2028 draft, we have pick 27. God, it's transparent again. Hold on. Okay, are we good now? Bruh, please? Okay, I guess it's just not gonna work. We're gonna have a see-through draft class. That's fine. Let's get to pick 27 and let's see who's available. I haven't even looked at the draft class. Oh, why is there a top 5 talent QB still left? I mean, we don't need him, but that's interesting. Anthony Alexander, top 5 talent QB. Not gonna take him, but I guess every team has a QB at this point. God, it's so hard to see. I see 2 first-round talent safeties, though. None at free safety. This is probably horrible to watch. I apologize, but, like, I tried to fix it. It didn't fix this time. Let's see. I focus scouted some linemen. They're pretty good. Jason Patton's good. We might just reach on players this year, honestly. I might just take Patton here. I mean, it wouldn't be a reach, but we could trade down. I just might be too lazy. Let me check the left guards just to make sure there isn't a top 5 talent. I don't see one. It's hard to see, but I don't see one. Walter Carnegie, maybe? Walter Carnegie, maybe. Only B pass block power, but I don't know. He looks pretty good. We could take him round 3, maybe? Let's go with Jason Patton, though. Rank 14, got him at 27. Hidden dev. I honestly thought he was going to have normal, so we'll take that. Round 2, hopefully one of those safeties are still here. Not that we desperately need safety, but they were good. Meekins is first round talent, so sure. Rank 19, got him at 59. I thought I said 69. Hidden dev. Hidden dev on a hybrid safety. That's rare, at least for me. And then round 3, I doubt the guard is still here, but maybe? No, he's not. Okay, that's fine. We already got one. I might just simulate to the end of the draft because A, I can't see, and B, I don't even know what else we need. Oh, okay, apparently I lost connection. Doesn't matter. These corners look good if I can see them right. Roman Griffin, A press, A zone. Not the best man, but looks pretty good. I would guess like late first. Rank 42, pretty close. And hidden dev, cool. We'll take it. But all right, here is how we did in the draft. This must have been a really good class again. Jason Patton is an 80 overall, and he was ranked 14? Do I need to start using normal draft classes? Because that's kind of too much. Looks like even more than 14. I guess maybe 15. I don't know if that's in order. But damn, pretty good class. But yeah, we did well. Got an 80, a 79 at safety, a 76 at corner. I should have kept picking, apparently. This dude's a 63. Okay, he's a mislabeled defensive tackle. Love that it does that. Is he decent at defensive tackle? Oh, barely. I thought he would go up a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But overall, good draft. At least the picks I made were pretty good, so we'll take that. Let's get into year 4, the second to last year, and this should be our best year yet. Although, I guess we're done with 2027. Hopefully 2028 isn't the new cursed year. We'll find out. But okay, here is a look at the team heading in to year 4, second to last year. We're up to an 89 overall heading into the season. This is a very good team. Still waiting for Wiener to get star dev. He's up to an 88, that said, right? So he's good. What's he ranked? 15, so he's mid, I guess. That's fine. Should climb up once he actually gets star. But this year he could with this new offensive playbook. And we also have Josh Jacobs, who, at least on the channel, famously does well in Madden. And then here is a look at the defense. We got some pretty good dev traits. Hale has superstar. Pete has X Factor. He better play better than he did last year. His 1.5 sacks. But Schwessinger is looking good. I need to change the depth chart. For some reason, JOK isn't a starter. I'll mess with that. But yeah, we're up to an 89 on offense, 91 on defense. This should be, realistically, this should be the best defense in the league, right? I mean, I don't know if I feel like checking, but I'm sure it should be. Oh, the Eagles actually have a 90 overall and 92 overall defense. So we're tied for second in overall. So we've definitely done well with this Browns team here. But all right, I think that's all the team breakdown we need to do. I'm sure y'all know the deal. So let's get to the midseason point of year 4, and we better do well. Okay, at the midseason point, we are only 3-4. I'm not surprised. I think 2028 might be the new 2027. Like, year 4 in franchise is just cursed, usually. But this year our offense is bad. How do I fix that? Is the Eagles playbook not actually good? I mean, we've already allowed 19 sacks, so that doesn't help. But Myles Garrett already has 13.5 sacks. Probably will finish with 14.5, knowing how simulation works in this game. But man, what do we do? Well, either way, for re-signings, we have Carson Schwessinger, Dylan Sampson, and Quinshon Judkins. I guess we can bring Sampson back. Never mind, we are very negative in cap space. Okay, well, not very negative, but negative 8.4. Oh, there it is. My mic was blocking it. I didn't realize it was bottom left. But thankfully, not too many starters. Just Schwessinger, however you say his name. Other than that, it's just backups, it looks like. But we should be able to get out of that cap space too, so we should be fine. But not how we wanted to start the year. Hopefully, we can bounce back in the last 10 games. Let's get to the end of the year, and we should be good, right? Okay, at the end of year 4 with a 91 overall team. We finish 8-9. We lost the last 2 games of the year to the Dolphins and Bills. What happened? How bad was the O-line? 43 sacks. Honestly, that's the best line we've had so far. Josh Jacobs was good. Jerry Jeudy was pretty good. Gold was decent. Elgton Jenkins just sucks at left tackle. But honestly, he's the best left tackle we've had so far. So does he? I don't know. This is confusing. Even more confusing than Madden 25. I didn't know that was possible. But Schlesinger, 116 tackles. TFL 17 for Garrett led the team. And sacks, 23.5 for Myles Garrett, 9.5 for Pete, 6.5 for Graham, 5 for White, and picks, 3 for Ward, and 1 for 6 different players. So we still need to get this offense figured out, apparently. That's a weird picture of Brian Schotten. Their pictures of real coaches are interesting now. Huh. But Joe Burrow wins like his 3rd MVP in 4 years? Can we get something different, please? His 4th Offensive Player of the Year in 4 years. Myles Garrett takes Defensive Player of the Year. Let's see, Offensive Rookie of the Year, no Browns. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Didn't the Jets have another player with that last name, the QB? I got 2 of them now. All right. Maybe that's his brother or something. I don't know. But all right, this is a tough decision. Do we change the offensive playbook for the final year? We just switched it, but it didn't really work out. Do we go Bengals? I mean, we might have to. With how Joe Burrow's played here, I'm thinking that might be the best offensive playbook. The Eagles was good this year too, but it didn't work out that well for us. Yeah, let's go Bengals. We'll lean into Wiener. It's a really rough sentence, but gotta try it. Patton also has superstar. How is our O-line not good? How are we still allowing 43 sacks? That's wild. But all right, let's get into this final off season. We've done good fixing this team on paper. We've at least won some playoff games, so we've definitely made the Browns better here. But our goal is a Super Bowl, so let's see if we can get it done in the final year. We have 30 million cap, and guess what? We're gonna have even more. Let's restructure. Where are restructures at? Where are team salaries? Probably GM's office. Yeah. So let me restructure all of our contracts. Myles Garrett, that'll save 28 mil, and we'll see how much money we end up with. We should have a good amount. Okay, we are now up to 73 mil in cap. I guess we'll pick up the 5th year for Maynard. Doesn't really matter. He's going to be here either way. But Schlesinger isn't interested at all, and he's been really good here. I don't know if he's going to work out in real life, but he's been good here. We'll go 5 years, 130, and he does take it. Okay, I thought we were going to have to tag him. But let's see. The running backs aren't interested anymore, probably because we missed the playoffs. Oh, we have the 5th year for Glenn Wiener too. I guess we'll pick that up. Oh, we're gonna lose Shedeur Sanders. I didn't even really explain that, like, why we moved on from him. He did real life okay in his first year, but for Madden, this was probably one of the worst seasons for any QB. Like, QBs just do way too well in Madden, and he wasn't great. Plus, he was a 5th round pick. Like, it just didn't make sense to not take a QB with the 2nd pick after our 5th round QB did okay. That would be like the Texans not starting or not picking CJ Stroud because Davis Mills was okay the year before. But all right, enough yapping. Let's get into free agency, and let's hope there's some good players. You know what? We can even restructure, not team, it's going to take me a long time to get used to this. Team salaries. Schlesinger will restructure him. That'll save another 6 mil. Can we restructure Wiener? We can. Wish I could restructure my Wiener. We'll restructure Pete. I don't know how I missed that. Only saves a mil. But let's see who is available in free agency. Jeffrey Simmons. Defensive tackles are such crazy high overalls. I don't think it's like that outside of franchise. Hold on. Let me check just like the base roster. Are they different overalls? Let me go to defensive tackle. Yeah, they're different overalls. Hankins is only a 75 in the base roster. Well, I guess Simmons is a 92, so maybe he developed. But nah, Hankins wouldn't have went up 6 overall at 33 years old. It must be different once you load into franchise, which is kind of weird. I don't really like that. But all right, in our final free agent class, what do we want to do here? We could go with one of these defensive tackles, either Chris Jones or Jeffrey Simmons. That's not a massive need for us, but it would be an upgrade. We can get a lead for Chris Jones. There's also Jalen Hurts available. Omarion Hampton is here. How does he do? I would guess not super well, but maybe. Oh yeah, he does all right. We could get him as a crazy RB2 in case Jacobs doesn't do well, because like we don't have many needs. Oh, never mind. The Ravens are going to get him. Okay. I kind of do want a good RB2 because Jacobs is old. How about Isaiah Pacheco? Oh, not great. He was really good in Madden 25. Chuba Hubbard. He's also 30 though. Oh, he does well. Okay, sure. Damn, nobody's interested in us. I know we're the Browns, but like, come on. Oh no, David Njoku retired? Why? That's like the worst possible time he could have. So we need a tight end now, and anything Everything else, I think we're good at everything else. Maybe an upgrade at corner, but I didn't even notice. I thought that was bronze. I thought that was normal dev. Meekins has X Factor. I played him as our slot corner last year. Definitely looks like that worked out. He wasn't crazy good or anything. I mean, he was fine though. We've been drafting really well. But all right, let's sign. Is there a tight end? Tyler Warren, that wouldn't be bad. Might be able to get him. Could also go for Kyle Pitts, but we have 5 mil left. Is there anything else we can do? We should maybe sign a depth lineman or something. I guess we could just draft one. Let me see. I'll sign Max Melton, sure, just for some more depth at corner. But all right, these 4 players as our final free agent class. Hopefully we get all of them. This would be huge. Let's see. Okay, Hubbard and Jones do sign, and we do get both of them. Now, how about these two, Warren and Melton? Are they gonna sign? They do sign. We get all 4 of them. This should be a good team. I've been saying that for how long now? But like, we're back up to a 91 overall, even after we regressed and David Njoku retired. We're looking good. Where do we rank for overall? Give me room to complain when we miss the playoffs next year. Okay, the Lions are actually a 91 too, but we're tied for first. I saw the Chiefs are a 90. There's an 83. The Titans are an 83. Yuck. But yeah, we're tied for first. So let's get into our final draft, and I don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll figure something out. I would say we could trade the picks for a player, but like, we don't have any cap space, so can't really do that. Please don't be transparent again. All right, cool. Ooh, there is a top 5 talent, Cordell Sturgeon. Sturgeon's a wild last name, but I guess we'll go with him with our first pick, probably. I don't know if there's a top 5 talent lineman or anything. Bautista looks pretty good at center. It's so hard to see. But all right, this is gonna be a really quick draft. Let's get to pick 15. Kind of crazy to not really need draft picks when we were picking at 15. Not exactly a sign that you were great in the regular season. Why is this guy not scouted? I don't know. But let's go with Cordell Sturgeon out of USC. Don't know where we're gonna play him. Maybe depth linebacker. He is 222, so we could do that. Rank 1, I knew it, because he is a run support safety with good coverage. Is he gonna be like an 80? I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to call it and he's only like an 80 or something, but that feels like a pretty good pick. And then, am I like forgetting about anything? Is there anything we remotely need at all? Like even depth? I guess O-line, but I mean, receiver, maybe. And no, that's about it. So O-line or receiver. This is gonna drive me insane, dude. I can't see. Let's see, there's Dakota Morrison. He looks really good from what I can see. Not the best athlete, but that's a lot of A ratings. Gonna have normal, but sure. Rank, oh, only 54? I mean, I knew he wasn't a great athlete, but A medium route, A catch in traffic, A catching, A spec catch, A juke move, A to C awareness. Oh well. I thought he would be like ranked 16 or something, I'm not gonna lie. But all right, I think I'm done drafting. Oh, can you still do blocking tight end cheese? Let's see, Brandon Wentz. He looks pretty good. Not a great ranking, but hidden dev, okay. Did they change anything with draft classes? I have a feeling they just exported the Madden 25 draft class files and put them in Madden 26 because they left 3-4 DNs as the DNs. Like, it seems like they just changed the name for defensive end to edge. Like, that's so lazy, but whatever. But okay, here is how we did in the draft. Cordell Sturgeon. This is the best safety I've ever drafted. 87 overall. Again, I only use strong draft classes. I didn't use very strong. It feels like I did though. So that makes me think they changed draft classes because the overalls are higher, unless they just changed how overalls scale. Like maybe players are just higher overalls this year. Is very strong still an option. I don't know, that's weird. But yeah, pretty good pick there. I want to see, what is he at linebacker? Because that's probably where we're gonna play him. We don't need another safety at all. We don't really need a linebacker either, but he's an 84 at linebacker. Sure, but let's see. Morrison's a 76. Is this transparent too? I can't read him. How did I read that the first time? Was it not transparent before? I'm losing my mind, bro. Brandon Wentz is fine, and then the CPU picked the backup QB. All right, cool. And of course, 2 defensive tackles. It always loves to double up. But yeah, I would say that was a pretty good draft class, getting an 87 overall. Not ranked first in the class anymore after we moved him, but is that an 86? What was this draft? I might need to use normal draft classes now. These are like unrealistically good. That's wild. But all right, here is a look at the team heading into the final year. We're up to a 91 overall heading into the season. This is a very good team. 91 offense, 91 defense. We really don't have any weaknesses anymore. If anything on paper, like safety maybe, but Hickman's played well. I mean, he's gained superstar. So this is a very good team. We of course added Chris Jones, added Sturgeon, added added Tyler Warren. I guess that was a downgrade from Njoku technically, but still, we're looking really, really good. The one place I maybe should have upgraded more is at receiver, but we're okay at receiver. What is Judy rank? Is he like an actual #1 receiver? I would doubt it, but rank 33, I guess he's technically close, but you usually want to shoot for like a top 15 receiver as your #1. Gold's technically a #2 caliber, so like it's a fine receiver group, I guess. I'm disappointed Wiener never got star dev, but maybe he can get it this year if we make the Super Bowl. That would be nice. But all right, no matter what, this is our final year. I'm running out of time to get this video up. So let's get to the midseason point. Or no, we'll just get straight to the end of year 5 and we will see how this team does. But okay, here we are at the end of year 5. And super quick, if you've seen one of my videos before, y'all know why we're here. Before I show how we did in year 5, if you've enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and maybe even subscribe if you want to. Again, trying to hit 100K by the end of the year and 5,000 likes, and it'll let me know y'all want to see a Saints rebuild, the other hardest rebuild. I've done both of these together a few times, trying to decide which one is the hardest, and I feel like we had split results both times I've done them, so let me know if you want to see the Saints again. I think it'd be the first time with Tyler Shuck, their interesting second-round pick. And be sure to turn on notifications for the channel if you haven't already, again, because I'm going to have a lot of fun stuff coming soon. I think tomorrow I'm going to do my first goofy rebuild of Madden 26, so expect that. And you know what? Might as well plug everything. Let's do a question of the day. Why not? It's the first rebuild of Madden 26. I gotta plug stuff. What's a good question of the day today? Ooh, I guess very fitting question of the day today. By the end of this upcoming season in real life, who do you think is gonna be the Browns starting quarterback? Either Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, or Kenny Pickett. Or I guess Deshaun Watson might be healthy by then, technically. Let me know who you think down in the comments. I would hope for Shedeur Sanders if he can be mature. I think he was a more than good enough football player to be a starter. I'll give the hopeful answer and say Shedeur Sanders, but let me know who you think down in the comments. But all right, in year 5, oh yeah, also I should mention Sturgeon has X Factor. We've drafted a good amount of players with dev traits, but in year 5, we ended up going 10-7, and we thankfully made the playoffs. It was starting to look scary, but we got here. Glenn Wiener, 4,800 yards, not 8,400 yards. Good Lord. 34 touchdowns, 10 picks. However, 59 sacks. Is there a way to fix sacks in Madden 26, or are you just doomed every year? Might just be doomed every year. Michael Penix was sacked 64 times. The lowest was 29. Oh boy. Oh, whoa, we barely ran the ball. What the hell? I didn't realize the Bengals were this run not heavy, but we had 3 over 1,100 yard receivers. Judy with 1,400, 19 touchdowns, 1,200 for Gold, 1,100 for Watson. That's where all our yards were apparently, but Elton Jenkins, Chad Martin, and Ben Maynard were not great. Jason Patton was really good. He's the only one who was good, though. But on defense, Schlesinger led the team in tackles for like the millionth time, 127. TFL 17 for Garrett led the team. Sacks, 20 for Myles Garrett, 7.5 for Sturgeon and Pete, 7 for Jones. And picks, not many. 7 total, 4 for Ward, 2 for Schlesinger, and 1 for Hale. I benched Hickman at the mid-season because he had 0 picks, 0 pass deflections. Who did I bench him for? Still ended up with 0 and 0. I benched him for, who was it? Was it Griffin? Maybe. I don't remember who it was, but probably Griffin, who didn't do much better. Did maybe worse, because I think he played, no, I guess he played less. I don't know, whatever. Free safety was bad for us. But MVP goes to JJ McCarthy, finally not Joe Burrow. It's looking like the Bengals offensive playbook might be the new broken one in Madden. I mean, maybe it's not broken because we weren't great this year, but Wiener was at 6 for MVP, so maybe it is good. But offensive player of the year, Judy at 2. Will Wright wins it for the Dolphins. Defensive rookie of the year, Garrett at 2. Why? This guy wins it, Jaramillo or something? I don't know. But let's see. I doubt we're gonna have, never mind, I forgot about Cordell Sturgeon. He takes defensive rookie of the year. That's nice. We're not gonna get the rewards for that, but he already has X Factor anyway, so doesn't really matter. But at least we made the playoffs here. This year our defense wasn't that good. I don't know what playbooks are good and bad. I can't tell. Maybe it's more balanced this year and playbooks matter less. I hope. Looks like the Bills defense was good. My favorite. It looks like it was, I guess it wasn't the best by a lot, but it was second best. The Saints had the best defense. I have a hard time trusting that would work out the same for us, but you know what? Why not? Our defense wasn't good anyways, and it should have been good. Let's switch to the Bills. Why not? We're also not a good scheme fit on offense anymore, but whatever. I would bench some players, but like, Has Walker Little started? I mean, he must have for at least a couple years. Would he do better than Elgton Jenkins has? Not goals. How did he do when he started? He allowed 12 sacks one year, and they were probably a lot less pass-heavy than we were. I don't know. You know what? Jenkins was terrible. We'll try it. On defense, I don't know what to do. We'll just leave it, I think. But gotta check one more time. Where do we rank for overall? Are we number 1? That would be nice. The Lions are tied with us, but they're 91. And the Bills are tied with us. Okay. But it looks like we are tied as the highest overall team. With what we started with, I will absolutely take that. We've built tied for the best roster here, and we've gotten the Browns some playoff wins, something they obviously can't do in real life. We have 51 rushing yards per game. Not great, but it's either this year or we don't get a Super Bowl win at all. I have a bad feeling, so this has been a lot of fun. I hope y'all have enjoyed, but can we beat the Raiders in the wild card? We do. Okay, good. 39-25. Is that scoreagami? That is a weird score. We have a rookie OTAs storyline in the divisional round of the playoffs. Okay. I don't know what this is gonna be. Hopefully it's our linebacker. I think it is. Also, I just heard the commentator say anew and then it cut off. I don't know what that was, but I don't know. Get up to speed quick. This is probably our last few games. We'll see what that gives him at some point. But we are gonna be taking on the Baltimore Ravens, and we're actually up to a 92 overall now. Okay, gotta check again. I've checked this like a million times. Where do we rank now? Okay, the Lions are still a 91. Who are the other ones? The Bills are still a 91. So we do have the highest overall team. Did I just read 82 somewhere? No, I read 92. I need to sleep more. But all right, division rival game. The Ravens had a really good defense this year. We didn't, but let's see. Can we beat the Ravens? We can. 41-28. You know what? That looks suspicious. Let me show I'm not cheating. I mean, I don't know why I would, but seems too good to be true. No force win, obviously, other than the home game for the bye week. Still don't know why it even has one there, but sure. But we are going to be taking on the Colts in the conference championship. I almost want to force win this game because we are 5 overall higher than the Colts. They are straight up not a good roster. That is, I think the lowest was an 86. They are close to the worst overall team in the league, and they're in the conference championship. Gotta love Madden simulation. What are we cooking with? Who's their QB? Jalen Hurts. I was gonna say, do they still have Anthony Richardson? They have a rookie QB and Spencer Rattler as their backups. Okay. But yeah, this is, I mean, it doesn't look like a bad team on paper, but we saw the overall. Okay, this is why their secondary for this point in franchise is very, very rough. But all right, can we move on to the Super Bowl in the final season? I would be so disappointed if we lost this game. I shouldn't have said that. That's gonna jinx it. We win by 1 point, and we are gonna be moving on to the Super Bowl. That almost just seems too good to be true. We have a couple storylines here. Rookie OTAs again. Is it gonna actually? I feel like I haven't actually gotten a boost from any of these. I feel like it's been, what do you want me to work on? Then we tell them, and then this is how it's going, and then I don't know. I just like complaining. Wait, it's get up to speed quick. Like, why are we doing it again? We already told them to get up to speed quick, and we never got a recap for that. Whatever. What's player recognition? I haven't seen this yet. Do we get like player of the week or something? That could be what it is. Maybe. He does deserve recognition. Who are we talking about? I never even saw it say a name. Don't forget about your impact. I don't know. We'll go, he deserves the recognition. Oh, our QB. Okay. I was like, are these two coaches talking to each other? Who are we talking about? Glenn Wiener's playing up to a 98 overall though. But all right, this is going to be our final game of the rebuild, and we are going to be taking on the 10-7 Dallas Cowboys. First of all, I want to see if we gained any dev traits. Did Wiener finally get star? Still normal. But Judy went up to superstar, and I think that's it. But, oh, Schlesinger also went up to X Factor. Cool. But all right, we are going to be taking on the Dallas Cowboys here. That's a pretty background, I guess. Almost looks like it's lagging, but we'll watch this simulate. So let's jump in. Can't believe we actually made a Super Bowl in my first rebuild of the year, but let's see how this goes. Let's jump to the end of the game. Let's simulate this out, and we will see if we can get this Browns team a Super Bowl win. I'm gonna be sad if we lose, but at least we've gotten this far. We take the lead 7-0. The Cowboys do tie us at 7. We need to score again. We got a field goal. I'll take that. Up 10-7. Now 17-7. The Cowboys do get a touchdown though. We're up 28-14 in the third quarter. They do get a touchdown though. We need to stop them. They tie us at 28 in the fourth. Oh no. We're in overtime in the Super Bowl. However, in overtime, we end it with a field goal, 31-28. And we have turned this from debatably the worst NFL team, like just period, not just currently, but like cumulatively, whatever that word is, I can't say it for some reason, of all time, to now a Super Bowl champion in year 5. You love to see it.